On March 11, 2011, Japan was struck by a catastrophic magnitude 9 earthquake followed by a devastating 15-meter tsunami. This natural calamity triggered a series of events at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant. The tsunami waves, far exceeding the plant's protective seawalls, flooded facilities and crippled its critical backup power systems. This led to meltdowns in 3 sections within 72 hours, resulting in a level 7 nuclear event, the highest severity rating. We'll examine the technical and ethical failures and crucial recommendations to prevent future catastrophes, highlighting engineering's link to societal well-being.
Hi, my name is Nurul Shuhaida. I'll be presenting the technical and engineering issues behind the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster and how they relate to the Engineers Act 1967. Firstly, the plant was not designed for the actual tsunami height. It was only built to withstand 6 meters, while the real wave was over 14 meters. This shows a failure in due diligence, violating Section 24B of the Act. Secondly, the backup generators, which were critical for cooling, were poorly located in flood-prone areas. When they failed, it caused core meltdowns. This reflects non-compliance with Section 71B, which requires engineers to ensure system safety. Another issue was poor interface design. Operators misjudged the cooling system due to unclear indicators. This shows a lack of safety-focused design, going against the Code of Conduct. Finally, emergency manuals were outdated and staff were unprepared, violating Section 15, which emphasized continued professional competence. That's all from me. Thank you.
My name is Chiuren, with student ID 21000978, and I will be presenting Chapter 4, Ethical Reasons for Failures in the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster. While the disaster involved many technical breakdowns, the root causes were deeply ethical. Engineers and decision makers ignored multiple tsunami warnings, including a 2008 internal report predicting waves over 50 meters. No action was taken, violating their responsibility to foresee and mitigate serious risks. Even worse, engineers and whistleblowers who raised these concerns were ignored or silenced. This separation of safety issues shows a clear lack of transparency and integrity, both of which were fundamental principles in engineering ethics. Other than that, financial decisions were also prioritized over safety. TIPCO placed vital backup generators in flood-prone basements to reduce costs, and proposals to raise the seawalls were rejected. This decision endangered lives and clearly violated the duty to prioritize public welfare. Emergency planning was nearly non-existent. Many workers were untrained, and there were no clear evacuation protocols, despite the plant's high-risk location. This reflects a failure to prepare for foreseeable crises, something engineers are ethically obligated to do.
Moving on to recommendation, the first recommendation is reinforcement of ethical accountability. Engineers must be trained to raise safety concerns when they foresee potential threats to public welfare, and legal protection for whistleblower must be established or strengthened. The second one is mandate CPD in disaster preparedness. Continuous training in disaster prevention, nuclear safety, seismic risk, and emergency response. The third one is independent safety review panels. The panels must be composed of licensed engineers with no conflict of interest. The fourth one is conservation design principles. Design for the worst-case scenarios, not best estimates. Designs must be resilient enough to withstand rare but catastrophic events such as major earthquake or tsunamis. The fifth one is transparent public safety reporting. The safety assessment and risk evaluation should be made publicly available, which promoting the trust of the public. And the last one is ethic training. By learning the past disaster like Fukushima, future engineers can develop a stronger sense of professional duty and awareness of the real-world impact in their decision. In conclusion, the Fukushima incident was not purely the result of natural forces. It was made worse by engineering, ethical, and institutional failing. It reminds us that good engineering alone is not enough. We need ethical, courage, continuous vigilance, and institutional support. As future engineers, we are entrusted with the safety and welfare of society. The Engineers Act is not just a legal document, it is a professional compass. Let's commit to learning from Fukushima and ensuring such a disaster is never repeated.